Alright guys, welcome back. So as you can tell by the title, I'm finally going to be trying out the Crayon Case Box of Crayons eyeshadow palette. I do have two of their highlighters that I absolutely love. I just never really thought of getting the palette because I really don't need a palette this big. But with all the hype around it, as you can see, it's huge. I decided to finally test it out. I do want to do like a green kind of look. As you can see, my brows are already done and my base is on my eyes. I wanted to use the eyeshadow a paint pot because anytime I do really bright colorful looks, that's what I prefer to use to make the colors really pop and stand out. So we're gonna just go ahead and jump right in. I'm taking my Sigma E40 and I'm first gonna dip into the shade Tan, and I'm gonna use this as a transition and just something that'll transition, you know. I think that's pretty good. So now I'm gonna take a nice blending brush. Oops. I'm gonna take this Morphe M505 blending brush and I'm just gonna go into the shade Green, which is like a vivid green, and I'm gonna first start to pack it and then blend it out. So I'm gonna pack it on the outer and inner corners of my eye. Just patting motions because I don't want to get too much pigment all at once and then I have a hard time blending it out. And of course leaving a portion of the center blank. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not really getting any fallout and this shade is crazy pigmented. And then just start to buff the edges a little bit, just lightly. Alright, we're gonna blend out the top a little bit more in a second. For the center of my lid, I'm gonna pack on the shade Lime Green. I'm gonna see how it looks without an additional eyeshadow base, and then if I have to go in with it, whoa, then I will. Back again, and I'm gonna apply this to the center. That is a pigmented lime green. Just blend it up. And for this step, you can go in and add, like, you could have used additional concealer or eyeshadow base to, you know, but didn't feel like doing that today. So I'm gonna take this, sorry it's dirty, but this Morphe E17 brush. It's like super tapered and small. And I'm gonna dip into the shade Red. Then I'm gonna go back in with my, let me zoom you guys in a little bit so you guys can really see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna go back in with my green and blend wherever it needs to be blended. Same thing with the lime green. Actually, before I go back in with the lime green, I'm going to go back in with tan and just buff over the edges, just lightly. And get rid of any harsh lines. So we're gonna go ahead and stop here. I'm gonna go ahead off camera and finish with the rest of my face and try to figure out what we're gonna do with the lower lash line. I don't want to do green in the lower lash line. I just don't. Offhand, my first thoughts of this palette is that so far it's really pigmented. I've used 4 shades and this is what my palette looks like. Not much kick up in the pan, but so far so good. My only thing so far with this palette, it smells like fresh glue. Like, you know how when you first lay down hot glue, that's what it smells like. But I don't really care about that. I just want to see how these shadows performed, and this is what we're working with so far. And I like it. Alright everybody, so I am back and I added a little bit of glitter, which I'm going to show you guys how I did that. And I did the lower lash line on this eye. This eye is just fully complete. So yeah, we're going to work on that right now. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to use yellow. To get it to stick to the lower lash line is a bit difficult. But I'm just going to show you guys what I did. So I just take this fluffy brush. This is just an old Coastal Scents brush. And just drag it. You have to kind of like pack it on. And then blend it out. I hope you guys can see the yellow. And then I'm just going to take this Sonia Kashuk pencil brush and I'm going to dip into green. Just pack it on the tip and just run that as close to my lower lash line as possible. And this really helped with making the yellow pop a little bit more and just still keeping the look really cohesive. I used this NYX liquid crystal liner that I got from the beauty supply store like mad long ago. And it's in the shade Dramatic Sparkle. No, Crystal Silver. Sorry. Just put it right in the center of that crease. Making like a half moon shape. And with this glitter, you're going to have to go over it at least 2 to 3 times. Or more, depending on the intensity you want. This eye got a little messy, but oh well. So that's how I did that. That's how I added the pop of glitter in the crease. And this doesn't take long to dry. I'm just going to use the palette to fan so it doesn't get everywhere. But I did this right when I stopped the camera to go do like my base and everything. And it didn't fall. I didn't get any fallout or anything. So I didn't use any shimmers in this palette. And I kind of felt like I should use at least one. So I think I'm going to use white. And I'm just going to take this little brush and just like, I'm going to pop the lightest amount of this on my brow bone. Just a little bit. For highlight, I'm gonna use Rosie Glowrez by the Crayon case, of course, and it's a really nice like pinky rose gold highlight. Alright, my lovely people, now for my final thoughts. The shipping for me when I ordered this palette came really quickly. It took less than a week from the time I placed my order to until the time I received it. It came packaged really nicely, really secure. The palette came really secure, no broken shades, no nothing. It does retail for $30. I live in New York City and this ships out of Louisiana, so my shipping was $8 and some cents, I believe. Cause my total came up to like $38 and some change. This palette is everywhere. It's constantly sold out. This is the longest I've seen it in stock. It's been in stock for at least 2 to 3 months now, and that's the longest I've ever seen this palette in stock. These pans are huge. You get 2.2 ounces in this palette with a total of 63 grams for this palette. And as far as like the blendability goes and the pigmentation, I'm really surprised. The red adds a nice pop. The lime green in the center, as you see, normally, you know, you would probably just add like a little bit more of the pink pop or eyeshadow base to make that like bright green pop, but it popped beautifully. The other green I used, so pigmented, and these shadows basically blended themselves. I love the eye look that I have here. I paired it with a muted grayish lip. This is Hugo by Lena Lashes. I purchased this like a long time ago, and somehow it works. Overall, I really did enjoy this palette. I will be doing another tutorial with it because I want to use this shimmery orange. I want to use the gold, so there will be another tutorial using this palette. I do recommend the palette. I just really want to try it because there is so much hype around it. I want to try it and really put it to the test. I feel like I use a decent amount of colors to base my opinions I currently have off of it. I have palettes that I've used for the first time here for you guys on camera, and I have not really liked them. This one, I did not get that. Not a lot of fallout, and I thought that green was gonna be all over my face because my initial plan was to do my makeup and then do the eye look, but I said, you know what, I plan on using green. I really shouldn't do that, and I saw no fallout. The yellow is not as popping as I would have liked it to be, but I think this is one of those yellows where you have to really go ahead and build it under my lower lash line. I didn't want to do that. I need to try to use it in the crease. I'm already in my mind thinking of my next eye look with this palette. I'm gonna use it in the crease, and that way I can see if it's really buildable. Still got that stack eyeshadow palette. This is one of the palettes in that stack. So I'm getting through that pile of palettes. This is one of them in there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this look we have going. And let me know if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Do not forget to subscribe before you leave and become a part of the BeautiiBees family. And I will see you all in the next one. Mwah.